you care about men's health? Like both physically and mentally? I, I'm not, I'm not sexist or anything, but some of my closest friends are men too. So it's November. Uh, Welcome to almost the end of the year. It's basically summertime where I live, and it's becoming blisteringly hot, and all the insects kind of are coming out of the woodwork to pester me once more. They came from hell just for me. I bet you they came just for me. But November is a month to recognize men's health issues. Let's start with the memes, shall we? So, back in the oldie days of 2011, a person decided to post on Urban Dictionary the definition of No Nut November.
Oh, I'm about the nut.
To be fair, the movement only started kind of getting traction around the 2017s, but I digress. So what is No Nut November, you ask? Well, my sweet pea, I'll tell you. The rules are very simple. You simply may not bust a nut throughout the whole month of November. Absolutely no nutting. You can't play tug of war with the Cyclops. You can't make the bold man cry. None of that. Absolute abstinence for the whole month of November. But why on earth would you do that? Well, many people take on this challenge because they want to test themselves. They want to see if they have the self-discipline to not do any of that. And well, this is not really a medical or a officially recognized event. It is more done for humorous reasons. And who knows, maybe you will unlock your key and then suddenly go Super Saiyan or something along those lines. You know, maybe you should try it just in case it comes true. Over the years, it's kind of become more than the meme that spawned this whole idea. It became a rallying cry for men to try to stop one particular bad habit that many of us have struggled with at some point in our life. Porn addiction. Yes, Orange YouTube has been a haven for all those people who felt lonely at night and just wanted to take care of business. But studies have shown that it has a debilitating effect on mental health. And what better way to fight this addiction than leaving your dick shin alone? Am I right? However, I should add that there's no evidence that No Nut November is actually good for you or not. A lot of the research, rather disappointingly, shows that absolutely nothing actually changes if you stop doing it, at least from a physical standpoint. Some have theorized that if you don't masturbate, you have an increased testosterone level, but most medical experts believe that masturbation is good, especially when it comes to things like prostate health. So, Paul, is it worth actually even doing this challenge, or, are you just wasting your time? But I guess that just kind of comes down to your personal preference, whether you want to test yourself or not, whether you are trying to get over some sort of addiction or not. It really comes down to personal choice after all. So, if you want to abstain from, poaching the egg, doing the 5-finger shuffle, badgering the witness, then you're more than welcome to go about doing so. I mean, physiologically, it doesn't make any difference. But if you kind of have a addiction to the whole "help me, step bro, I'm stuck" kind of content, then maybe you should give it a try. So wrestling the eel, so to speak, can be debilitating. It's best to do it during arousal when it would be natural to do so, instead of just being bored at home on a random afternoon with nobody around and just yanking it out of boredom. So, shuffle your iPod responsibly, boys. But if you want to support men's mental health this month, but you don't want to avoid making Pearl Jam, then what is there? Movember. Movember! What is Movember? Is this a Movember? I love Internet Historian. So Movember is an annual event to raise awareness about prostate and testicular cancer, but has now, in our modern time, evolved into men's mental health issues and suicide prevention. So the gist of this event is you grow a mo or a mustache for the month of November to show your support for the cause. Now, is this limited to just men? No. Not only the men, but the women and children can partake in this. Yes, there are events for other people to also partake if they cannot or don't want to sport a stash for the month of November. So they have the Move for Mental Health initiative, which basically means moving around for 60 kilometers in the month of November. And you can do it whether you want to walk, run, cycle, swim, any of those, as long as you make up 60 kilometers within the month of November. The reason why they chose to do this is because globally, around 60 men take their own life every hour. Going the distance, going the 60 kilometers will shed light on this tragedy. And we shouldn't take the toll that this mental health issues take on men everywhere lightly. So I am going to commit to doing the 60 kilometers in November. I'm recording this on the 4th of November because it only occurred to me last night while playing games with the boys that it's Movember, and so I decided to just look it up, and like I just got to read more about it, and then I really got hooked on this 60 kilometer idea. So I'm committing to doing it this month, and you can actually find the link to my progress down in the doobly-doo or description if you're a layman. And you can follow my progress, and you can also feel free to donate to Movember for all of these issues that they are tackling. You can read a lot more on their website down below. And besides, it's summer here. It's warm. The sun's out. So, I can get some sun on this Adonis of a body, get nice and ship-shape for the hot Christmas that we experience over here. Of course, it wouldn't be... Who's these? Of course, it wouldn't be Movember unless I shave off this little bit of stubble that I have and keep the mustache. So I'm going to do what I got to do. Of course, I'm not actually going to use the clippers. I'm probably just going to use a razor. But clippers are here for dramatic effect. You understand. In today's world, men face many challenges that affect their mental health. Societal expectations, work and social stress, mental health stigmas, the list goes on. So us men and women should all come together to raise awareness about mental health in general, but especially in the month of November, men's mental health. I think it's very important that we all work on this issue together and just support each other during this crazy ass time that we all live in. As for the men, we should try to become more men of words. We usually bottle up a lot of our emotions, a lot of our thoughts, a lot of our our feelings, and we usually just shrug it off by saying, "Ah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. No problem at all." And it's important to raise awareness, to start a conversation. Um, we need to make men more comfortable with sharing how they feel and to share their experiences with people so that people are just more aware of what's going on behind those beautiful eyes of every man. Whether you walk for 60 kilometers, grow a stash, or abstain from certain addictive activities, just stay aware. It is important that we build a healthier community surrounding men's mental health and also try to prevent premature deaths in men by suicide. So, all I can do is I can challenge you all to this month hug a man, tell them that you love them, that you're there for them, that they are not alone, that they can talk to you. And some of them might be reluctant at first, but just show them love, show them support, make sure that they understand that whatever they're going through, they aren't alone. And maybe slowly but surely, those bad habits that a lot of men have built up over the years will break down, and you will be more honest with one another. And yeah, he'll come out of his shell like a little turtle. The turtleneck. Okay. Find a man, make sure he knows he's loved. And from my side, much love to all of you. Of course, like, share, subscribe, comment down below how much you love men. And yeah, I mean, you're adults. You know how this thing works. Unless you're children, which would confuse me how the algorithm got to you. But now that you're here, there's something you need to know. Adults don't know what they're doing. They're just making shit up as they go along. So just be aware. If you are a kid, don't trust adults. You probably know more than they do of what's going on right now. Welcome to the end of the video. I found a lot of euphemisms for masturbation and I'd like to read them verbatim. So if you would indulge me. Shaking hands with the milkman, marching the penguin, polishing the banister, petting the cat, boxing the one-eyed champ, celebrating Palm Sunday, orbiting Venus, finding Nemo, cooking cucumbers, dialing the rotary phone, taking the self-guided tour, playing, playing 5-on-1, making waffles, turning on the sprinklers, softening the peach, paddling the pink canoe, scratching Yoda behind the ears, dotting the I, burping the worm, tapping into your potential, giving yourself a hand, rotating the drive head, auditioning the finger puppets, preparing the monologue, clicking the home page, drilling for oil, engaging in safe sex, singing soprano, debugging the hard drive, and minding the gap. Fun.